Welcome to Go Rangers Radio, where the New York Rangers are always the talk of the town. If you bleed red, white, and Rangers blue, hail the king, follow the bread man, and know how to spell Capo Caco, then you've tuned to the right place. And now, here are your handsome hosts, Kevin DeLury and Paul Cuthbert. They're not always going to get it right, but you can be damn sure they'll pretend they are. Now, let's go Rangers Radio.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Go Rangers Radio. Broadcasting live from the Go Hockey Media Studios in quarantine in New York, baby. Yours truly, Mr. Paul Cuthbert, and please, everybody, say hello to your friends and mine, Mr. Kevin DeLury. KD, what you got?
Man, hanging in there. I mean, things are good other than, stuck in my house. There's no Rangers. I'm using construction paper to wipe my ass. I mean,
What?
Other than that, everything's fine.
Oh, buddy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and we expect thousands online tonight listening to us, Kevin.
Everyone better be listening tonight because I know you guys have nothing else going on.
There's no excuses.
You better be home. If I'm staying home with my family, everybody else is doing the same.
Everybody's got Go Rangers Radio fired up. It's Wednesday, March 18th. We are about, what's the math, 7 days since March 11th, the last game. Rangers haven't scored a goal since.
Their last game was a week ago today.
Incredible, man. Yep.
It feels like a month ago.
It's unbelievable. Well, look, before we get into the Corona misery here tonight on Go Rangers Radio, we just want to wish everybody the best, all our listeners, all your friends, family members. Hope everybody's healthy and just do what you can. Kind of stay away from everybody. I'm staying away from KD. I actually, I've been staying away from Kevin every week when we do the show. Make sure he's in his studio and I'm in mine. So, that's the way we do it around here at Go Rangers Radio. So, Kevin, I don't know. Where do you want to start, buddy? Let's just have some fun here tonight. I have no notes. I have the topics that you want to go through. We'll talk about, what we can here and just general, two guys just having a discussion here with our favorite hockey team and our favorite sport, along with everything else that we love to go out and do is shut down. Here we are, buddy.
Yeah, I think that, the best thing that we could do for everybody is talk hockey, is to have fun, do what we normally do. I mean, we don't have to go over everything that's going on, in the world right now. Everybody knows that everybody's following it. And, I think, for our show, I think we need to be, a distraction. Get your mind off of everything that's going on. And some people are, in good situations, others aren't. So, I think that we just want to be here to give a little bit of a distraction here, talk about the Rangers, have a couple of laughs. And like I said, sort of get everyone's mind off of what's going on out there and, settle in and enjoy yourself for an hour or so. So, I think that's what I like to focus on tonight, Paulie. How about you?
Good stuff, buddy. Well, let's rewind a little bit. We had our little show there.
Well, actually, Paul,
what?
Talking about rewinding, I think the only person, who's probably happy about the coronavirus taking over is you, because, there's no sort of pomp and circumstance on this show about Kakko scoring those 2 goals in Dallas.
Well,
and about how he was going to take off your guy who you criticized, who you said, there's no way he's turning it around.
And he's not.
Guy drops 2 on your face.
Did he score in Colorado? Let me look at
Well,
the
he can't
score
score
sheet.
every game.
Well, there's been quite a few that he hasn't scored in, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, we had the show the Monday of last week because obviously we weren't going to get the showing because the last game obviously was against the Avs in Rado. And sure enough, I have my usual music gig on Tuesday night, so I didn't get to watch the game. And sure enough, I see that the Rangers are up 4-0, and then I see everybody starting to kind of jump in and bust chops that Kakko had 2 goals, which I couldn't believe. And Shesty was actually playing pretty well. I'm pretty sure I called him out in that Devil game too. So, hey, good stuff. I mean, I was shocked. I'm sure everybody else was shocked that he scored. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, unfortunately, I hate even that we're going over the games right now because it is so depressing. Where
what else we got?
No, I know, and actually, the saddest part of it all is that Colorado game. Just to even get past the Dallas game, just that lasting sort of memory right now of that Buchnevich goal and those guys like celebrating. I mean, they were celebrating like they had just won. Like it was an overtime goal in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, every one of them, almost jumped through the roof. It was insane. It was such like a great moment, and I just felt like the players, like at that moment, felt like something special is happening here, and for it to be sort of taken away, and look, we don't know what's going to happen with the season at this point. We don't know if they're going to come back or not. It sounds as though this virus thing could be going on until, July or, hopefully it'll happen before that.
2023.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. But, before, life sort of gets back to normal and we start thinking about, what we're doing, NHL-wise, it's sort of sad that was taken away because you really did at that moment. And look, they ended up losing in overtime, but you almost saw it on the players' faces and just in their reaction to that goal. I think in that moment they're like, something, big is happening here. So, for that to be the lasting moment, it's sort of bittersweet because it was such a great moment to sort of end it on. And again, they did end up losing, but just to have that as the sort of lasting memory is great. But, you do wonder, and if we don't get started again, where this team, would end up because, I got to tell you, Paulie, I wonder if the hockey gods were sort of conspiring against this team. I mean, this team was on this major run, car accident. They signed Kreider, and you're all excited for the stretch run, breaks his foot. But you know what? We kept winning, and now the hockey guards send down the coronavirus to end the season. I just think, they were against us.
That is incredibly selfish of you. Oh, my Lord.
But look at what happened, right? Car accidents, broken feet, and pandemics. The hockey gods sent us a pandemic just so the Rangers couldn't win the cup this year. And that's what we're up against. Only us Ranger fans, man.
Well, I watched. I'm so glad. I hope everybody else did too, man. I mean, you bring up a great point. The tying goal was fantastic. I mean, and now in hindsight, I'm so glad I watched the game until the end. You're not thinking it was going to be the last game of the season or the last game for, the next 6 years. No, it was. I mean, look at everything. Zibanejad gets his 41st goal. Foxy puts in 33rd and 34th point that game. I mean, it didn't even. Yeah, I was kind of rip-roaring mad when they lost, but at the same time, it was like the point. Just getting the point was awesome, and you're right. And the way they celebrated, the way they pushed, the way they were playing, it was all good stuff, and it was great to see. And
that was the MO of the team all year. I mean, this team just never gave up. They were always big in the third period. They always came at you hard to the final.
Not every game, KD. Hold on now, Mr. Happy Pants.
Under the coach who probably would have won the Jack Adams.
Oh, come on, man. Now you're getting crazy. How many White Claws are you into right now?
I am into a couple tonight, but look, I've been with my family and my kids for like 3 straight days at home. I mean, you can't blame
It's day 3. Was it day 3? Oh, buddy.
Oh my God.
Buckle up, buddy. I work from home. I'm climbing the walls already.
Man, this is rough.
Man. Yeah, but yeah, look, it's been great, man. The Dallas one was awesome, and like I said, so much for the Colorado loss. It was okay, but yeah, the guys were playing great. And like I said, we were sitting back. We were talking about the last show too. We're kind of hanging out here in house money, and along with all the fans and everybody that's been hanging out and listening to the show, and we can't thank you guys enough. And we hope you guys are still listening. And we'll continue to listen. We'll keep trying to going forward here and continue to have some fun. KD, I think we might have to get some phone calls going in here maybe next couple of weeks and kind of mix it up. And they might be like 911 calls.
That's right. Please, God, save me from my family or from,
exactly.
Whatever it is. Yeah, no, it's
Go
going to be...
Rangers Rant Radio. Come on in.
We may have to come up with some type of, like, NHL, like, 20 Xbox, like, championship or something, like, tournament, like, for, somehow, like, put it on Twitch or something,
Unreal. I mean, what do we do? But, yeah, so here we are, man. This is it. Everybody's heading back home. I've seen a couple of players just kind of went. And then just as a... what can we do, Katie? So we got to focus on what we know and love. So the Rangers, they got to go. Keandre Miller gets signed. What the timing for that poor kid, too, right now.
Goodness.
That's great stuff for the Rangers, obviously, him turning pro. And now the league has to figure out what to do along with everybody else and stuff. I mean, it's on the big picture here. Excuse me, everybody. It's small, but as fans, if we just kind of go through the process of doing the show right now and just kind of talking as fans and not being selfish to the obviously the big picture here that everybody's being affected by, but the game here now is all something we've been through a strike season. We've been through 2004, 2005. There was no games. We've been through the 95. Season when they had the short lockout. We had the lockout there, not too long ago too. I can't remember what the last one was. But the thing about now is we really don't know when they're ever going to come back and how they could make this happen. I mean, all the different things that you hear. So we're all in this. We're on this. We're hopeful. We're wishing. But man, it's weird to be in a situation, Katie. Not only as a hockey fan, but just in general, not knowing when this thing is going to end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in sort of unprecedented times here. And I think that the NHL, I think it would be good for them to get a little sort of creative here because of everything that, we're going to be going through over the next couple of months, whether it's dealing with the virus itself, dealing with the economic fallout of it or whatever it is. I mean, look, there's going to be hard times on a lot of people. And, when this stuff happens, we usually look to sports. I mean, you saw what happened after 9/11 with the Piazza home run and the Yankees World Series that year, which was phenomenal. And, just to get our minds off of everything, that's going on. And I think it would be a great thing for the NHL if they can, if nothing else, to put together some type of playoff, even tournament. And I've seen a bunch of these things out there. And look, if you want to put an asterisk next to it or whatever you want to do, I just think it's something that, we'll all need when, we're all ready to sort of get back to normal. We're going to need that. We're going to need some type of NHL fix, everybody. A sport fix. I'd love to see the NBA do it. Or, obviously baseball can just get back into their season however they want to do it. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, we've seen a number of proposals, out there. I wouldn't mind just seeing them go right into like a tournament bracket, maybe do a couple of exhibition games and just get into it. Again, look, it goes against everything we've known in the history of the NHL, and a lot of traditionalists will hate it and whatnot. And again, if somebody wants to put an asterisk next to it, I don't care. I just think we would, at that point, if it is, not until if we're waiting until July or whatever it is, I think we're going to need something. We're going to need something to get us sort of, back in the arenas, back in a good mood, back, get the economy going, get, whatever it is to sort of stimulate, ourselves sort of emotionally, financially, whatever it is. I think putting that type of tournament together would be amazing. I mean, look, get them 1 through, 30. How many teams are in the league these days? 32, 30, whatever it is. Get them all in there. And however you have to set it up, make the first round, of, the lower seeded teams, a single game elimination, and then you fill in the bracket from there. And I'm sure everybody's seen the brackets that have been on Twitter and making their way around social media. I think that would be phenomenal. I think it would be great for everyone's sort of psyche. and get everyone in a good mood, cheering, hockey. I don't want to wait until September, to get, go through training camp again and just get the next season going. I don't want to see it. Put it